Welcome back to What's Cookin' with Frank and Rose Ultimate. We're finishing up Pork Food of the Americas, Part 1, chorizo and potato burritos with eggs. So what I got over here is just, towels that I'm going to put down because we serve primarily family style here, which means we throw the cookware on the table and people can serve themselves right out of the pan like that, or the skillet. And these are good the way that they are. Can you eat them like that? Oh yeah, by the way, here's these eggs. This is what finished eggs should look like. See how fluffy they are, but they're not burned, okay? That's what you want, and they're not runny either, okay? Just like that, alright? So let's bring this to the table with a spoon, and this one also. See? I'm just going to serve with the utensil that I cook with, okay? And that's our chorizo and potato, right there. Alright, let's take a look at that. Yeah, okay, very good, just like that. And this is our fluffy eggs. Now, like I said, that's 3 eggs, and this is about 2 potatoes and half a pound of chorizo, something like that. You can mix this. Some people they like a lot of chorizo. Other people they prefer not. So when I'm doing eggs and chorizo and potatoes, health-wise, you don't need a lot of cholesterol and protein, and that's what these eggs are providing. You need some of it, right? And so the chorizo in here and the potatoes together. Let's give it a shot of this pan here. Okay, see, now, if I was just doing chorizo and potato without the egg, I would want a little bit more meat than that. Not much, but a little bit. And since I'm using eggs as well, I'm going to have egg, chorizo, and potato. But I just cooked the potato and the chorizo together, and I kept the eggs separate. So really, I want to combine this, but I'm not going to do that until I put the burrito or the plate together. All right? Okay. So, lastly, I'm going to roast some of these tortillas over an open flame.
Can you make sure mine is kind of burnt?
Yeah, of course. How many would you like, Rose?
About
Look at how big they are. One?
One.
Okay. So yours will go on the bottom. I'm going to have one as well. Actually, I'll have 2. All right.
You gotta check them.
Yeah. And what we can do is we can take some paper towels. Let's see if I got some paper towels. But yeah. Okay. I got paper towels.
You can see that you're starting to cook because the tortilla starts to fold in.
Yeah, and there's yours. You wanted it like that, right?
Yeah, just a little more.
Show it from the up higher. Yeah, there you go, just like that. In fact, why don't you get up on that stool, and so you can get a good angle of it. Okay. All right. And so there is Jessica's. It's just a little bit burned.
Yeah, I like.
And Dad likes his not as burned because I actually make a burrito out of mine. I think Rose primarily goes for a tortilla on the side kind of approach. And so these tortillas are now done. And you see that just took a couple minutes there. So I'm gonna bring these over to the table here, and that's Rose's. Now what I'm gonna do is, like I said before, I have this paper towel right here. I'm gonna wrap one of my burritos up for later because I like to eat, but I also don't want to get really fat. So I'll have 2 burritos, but I'm gonna space it out throughout the day. It's better than being hungry later. So I'll grab some foil, right? And some paper towel, and I'm going to make it like this, okay? And this can be microwaved later. Come over here. Let's come over here, and let me show you what I'm going to do. Okay, so see, I have this tortilla. I'm going to set it in here like that with some paper towel and some foil. I'm going to start off with a little bit of chorizo and potato, just like that, okay?
Okay. And
just a little bit of egg, because I'm not a big fan of egg in my burrito, but that's about it right there, okay? I also like tapatio hot sauce, and I don't want my potatoes to be too dry. They tend to be a little bit too dry unless you add some sauce. So just a couple, just like that, right? And then I'm going to wrap this up. Wrap it up just like this.
Yeah, I never knew how to wrap a burrito until my mom and my stepdad.
Check that out. Do you see that? Okay, now that's a good wrap burrito. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to wrap it again in a paper towel like this. Okay. And then I'm going to take this and I'm going to wrap it a 3rd time in foil. And notice how I keep the shiny side in and the dull side out. Okay. That's important. Just like that. And now I have my food for later, okay? And I can take this and I can throw it in a bag and take it on the go. Let's see what I have in here. Some people, they like to keep their, like, say, backpack for school, and you want to keep it clean. So you go ahead and you just take this and you throw it in here like that.
Bam.
Bam. Look at that. Look at that. See?
Breakfast on the go.
And it's in a bag, and it's about 4 fingers. Yep. And that means that it's totally okay to carry it in a backpack, right? Because you're not going to leak food and stuff everywhere. Let me get a little bit more of this air out, because nobody likes air in their bag. Okay. How about that? And that right there. Let's get a good. See this? That's what's cooking right there. And that's a chorizo and egg, chorizo and potato burrito with egg. Okay. All right. So Rose and I, we're gonna have our breakfast now, and we'll see you back for part 2 of pork, food of the Americas.